Hey there reefers, it's a bearded reefer here. Today we're going to have a little look at the tank and I'm going to do a little experiment on Aptasia. So we're going to move an Aptasia from the sump that I have growing on rock. And I'm going to take it down to another tank that already has some little Australian stripeys in it, and we'll see if we can tempt those guys to eat Aptasia. Sometimes it takes them a little bit more growth, different sizes, I've been told by my friend Adam. They get to a certain size, then they start to get a taste for the Aptasia. Yeah, too small they won't eat it, right size they'll eat it, and then again when they start to grow a bit larger they start to go off it again. So anyway, I'm going to take a rock with Aptasia in it down, and introduce it into this tank. It's also got a little butterfly fish in there, not a copper band. Maybe we can tempt him. Anyway, let's have a little look at the tank and we'll get this little experiment underway. Okay, so this is how the tank's looking these days. Have a little update. Got a couple of new little corals. Beautiful little goni. Green little goni there. He's absolutely loving it. Here's the new addition. There's a couple of new additions there. Lost a few stony corals, SPS corals, lost a few acros through bleaching and various problems that I've had over the last couple of months. Main problem being that I had a problem with the sump. I had a leak in the sump, cracked and led to probably quite a few changes in water parameters regarding mainly nitrates, phosphates, maybe even a little ammonia got in, who knows. I still had all the live rock up in the main display here doing its thing, but I had to change out a lot of stuff from the sump, which had 2 years growth in the sump. So I would have lost a little bit of filtration there. Also had to obviously run the tank without a sump, so without the return pump. I had a canister filter plugged into it as an emergency backup, and that kept everything going. So yeah, lucky for me I did have a little bit of equipment to change around. I also had another tank that I temporarily put in here to act as a sump. The little tank that I now have downstairs. And it worked, and then I had to go and buy a new sump. I'll show you the sump. So I had to quickly get another little, basically just a 3-foot tank, which I just put saved the dividers from the old tank. It was so similar, glued them back in, and as quickly as I possibly could got the sump up and running again. With some live rock, some cheetah morpher, and everything. So everything's pretty much back to normal now. So right now here's the rock. I'll just have to move this Cheeto. So let's have a look at this. I'll move that out of the way carefully, if it'll stay out of the way. Now that's the rock there, if you can see. It's got some nice little Aptasia there on the top. Excuse my weird looking finger. And it does have some other Aptasia on here as well, which I can't quite see. Yeah, there's 3 up the top there for starters, and there's quite a few others hidden around in it. So I'm going to take that rock down to this other tank and let the fish have a little feast, if they're interested. So here we go. Okay guys, so just before I start the experiment, I'll give them a quick feed. So I have strained the mysis and brine shrimp. My little strainer, I just strain it on that. That's got a bit of fly screen on it. And here we go. Comes the flags, here they all come. Okay, right, complete madness. That was 2 cubes, and it disappears pretty quick. I think these flagtail guys are very fast. I mean, everybody gets some, but I think if the flags weren't there, the other guys would obviously get a lot more. So you've got to be quick around here. Anyway, let's go down to our thing. Alright, so I'm going to grab this rock and take it down to the other tank and see what happens. So the aim of the experiment is to, rather than move the stripies up here and put them in the sump, which could create problems with the overflow there, the little where the water runs over. I'd have to block that off so the stripies don't get washed into the return chamber or make their way into where the protein skimmer is. So what I thought might be easier is just to take the rock to them and see if they actually become interested. So here we go. We'll just go for a little tour down to via the turtle pond, which I don't know if we can see any little heads there today. Not at the moment, it's a bit cool for them this morning. Oh, we'll just go past Chadwick, who has actually gone back into his cage for a snack. Oh no, he's coming out. Here he comes. There's Chadwick. Don't let us disturb you, Chad. He just dropped a beautiful piece of pomegranate then that he was into. Anyway, we're just on our way down, Chad. Okay, so here we go. Let's keep going. There. Okay, we're making our way down to the man cave. Right, here we are in the man cave. A work in progress. So far, pretty, yeah, a lot of work to do. Anyway, here we go. This is the little tank, which we are going to start the thing. We'll just have a little look first. A beautiful little butterfly. There's the stripies ready to go. It's probably still a little bit small for this task, but they grow rapidly. So I'm sure within a couple of weeks, a month at the most, they'll be well and truly big enough to be interested in this stuff. Tenzin, that is not for you. That is an experiment we've got going on here. Excuse me. Yes, that's you. Okay, here we go. Let's get this rock in. Try and put it in the same way that I got it out of the other one. Probably would have been an idea to get that other rock out first. Let's see. Well, I can move it out of the way. So we'll do that. Move it out of the way. Maybe it can even stay in there. I was going to take it out and put it in the sump upstairs as a swap over. Okay, guys, now here we go. And now contaminating this tank with Aptasia. and whatever other goodies are in there as well. But the one good thing is this tank is not connected to a sump or anything else. It's just on its own, connected only to a canister filter at the back, which was well and truly seeded with copepods, etc, etc. And it's got another little filter here just for a bit of movement. And what it is missing is a protein skimmer. But as it's only fish only at this stage, I just keep the water as clean as I can, and yeah, that will be to come. And it also doesn't even have a, at this stage it doesn't have an LED light, it's just got an old fluoro, not even a T5, sorry, T8. So anyway, those, let's have a look and see if we can see. The Aptasias have closed up. I'll just zoom in, see if I can zoom in. The copper band is already checking. Sorry, he's not a copper band, he's a, I'm not sure what, I can't remember what he is. He's a gorgeous little butterfly fish. He's having a look. Yeah, as you can see, there are the Aptasias there. There's a few of them. There are more. So there's the stripeys. Anyway, we will come back to this experiment and see at least we can easily see if those top ones do get eaten. I'm sure there are others. There's probably even vermeted snails on here, unless they are the other little snails that send out tube worms. Maybe a bit of both. Anyway, we'll leave it there, reefers. Have a little quick look at the other tank while we're down here. This is just another little experiment tank with some soft coral and some anemones which are just thriving in fairly low light. They're in a deep, this is quite a deep tank. It's a funny old tank. They're just down the bottom there. The clowns are actually sort of hosting them, they love them. The other side of the tank is in darkness because I am still awaiting finance to get another light for the other side, which would light it up nicely and allow me to put some nice corals. But this would just be a soft coral tank and just for experimentations with various different things. Okay, reefers, well, we'll let it go there. Actually, before we go, sorry, I do have some beautiful little fish down here lately. Let's see if we can see them. There is a little stars and stripes puffer. He's from my local river. Where's the other little chap? There's also a, they've become shy now. There's also a yellow boxfish in here, but they're not showing up. So we'll leave that. No, there's the little stars and stripes. He's just hiding. Beautiful little guy. Yeah, they're hiding. Anyway, we'll have another look at them some other time. Alright, reefers, well, it's over and out for me. We'll check out on this experiment. One more little look at the butterfly fish already checking out that rock and going, how good is this? Full of life. I will have a peck at it. Okay, over and out. We'll see if these Aptasia survive in there for too long. Bye now. Hey there, reefers. This is 2 weeks later. And let's check to see how the experiment went with the Aptasia. We'll go up to the rock. I don't know about you, reefers, but I can't see any Aptasia there. Let's zoom in. I'm already zoomed in. Okay, there's nothing. So somebody has eaten it. I would say these stripeys that are swimming around like crazy, they've grown already in just 2 weeks. Probably the perfect Aptasia eating size now. The question is, I wonder how long they keep eating it. So we'll do another experiment down the track when they get a little bit bigger, because no doubt I will have another rock to bring down here with Aptasia on it. So I'll bring that down, we'll do it again and see if they keep eating it. Anyway, that was successful. So there we have it. The good old Aussie stripeys. Even the little guys will eat Aptasia. Problem is they will probably eat your other soft corals, acans and maybe zoas. I've heard that they are terrors around certain corals, so that's why I did it this way. Brought the coral to them, the Aptasia to them, sorry, rather than put them in my main tank. So that could be an idea, reefers. Anyway, till next time. Thanks very much. Bye now.